Ever wonder how nerves talk to each other? It all begins with electricity, the membrane potential. Let's simplify Guyton's chapter 5 in just 2 minutes. Hi guys, it's Vinny. Let's make medical life easier, one concept at a time. Every cell has a voltage across its membrane, usually minus 90 millivolts. That's the resting membrane potential. It is maintained by three steps: sodium potassium pump, in which 3 sodium are pushed out and 2 potassium moves in. There is negatively charged ions or proteins that are stuck inside. Also, there is more leaking out of potassium than that of sodium coming inside. When the stimulus hits the membrane, there is generation of action potential, which further consists of three steps. Firstly, depolarization, in which the voltage gated sodium channels open and sodium rushes inside. Repolarization, in which the voltage gated potassium channels open while sodium channels close, and there is efflux of potassium, that is, that potassium moves out. Repolarization, in which it dips below the normal before stabilizing again. And yes, it follows all or none law, either it fires completely or not at all. The nerve impulses basically travel by local currents, that is faster in myelinated fibers through saltatory conduction, jumping between the nodes of Ranvier. Now, during absolute refractory period, there is no new impulse that can start, while in the relative refractory period, we need a stronger impulse. Now, every nerve has a threshold stimulus, that is the minimum needed to fire. Low potassium makes the cell less excitable, while high potassium makes the cell hyperexcitable. Also, we have anesthetics that block sodium channels to stop the pain signals.